Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. Several members of the community made me aware of this particular story about an asteroid full of gold that could make everybody on Earth a billionaire. Or maybe it'll just mean that it'll make the richest who actually own a lot of gold much poorer. Either direction, we'll take a look and see. It's kind of exciting in some way, but also disconcerting in some cases, depending how you look at it. Whether it was the Big Bang, Midas, or God himself, we really don't need to unlock the mystery of the origins of gold. We've already identified an asteroid worth 700 quintillion in precious heavy metals. If anything launches this metals mining space race, it will be this asteroid Psyche 16 or Psyche 16, taking up resonance between Mars and Jupiter and carrying around enough heavy metals to net every single person on the planet close to $1 trillion. The massive quantities of gold, iron, and nickel contained in this asteroid are mind-blowing. The discovery has been made. Now it's a question of proving it up. NASA plans to do that beginning in 2022. Of course, says veteran miner Scott Moore, CEO of Eurosun Mining, the titans of gold now control hundreds of the best producing properties around the world. But the 4 to 5 million ounces of gold they bring to the market every year pales in comparison to the conquest available in space. In the decades to come, if you want to be a gold titan, you have to get your feet off the ground. That's right. Get your feet off the ground and keep reaching for the stars in this case, or at least the asteroids. The real titans will be far from Earth. Moore should know he heads up a junior mining company that is seeking a seat at the Titan table with the biggest in development gold mine in Europe. Can we actually extract this space gold? That is the quintillion-dollar question, certainly. Speaking to Outer Places, Professor John Zarnecki, president of the Royal Astronomical Society, estimates that it would take around 25 years to get proof of concept and 50 years to start commercial production. Of course, it all depends on two key things: economic feasibility and our advancement of space technology. And then we're not alone either. There are other world powers who would like to get their hands on that asteroid as well. China definitely plans to dominate this race. Mitch Hunter Scullion, founder of the UK-based asteroid mining company, tells the BBC that this is definitely the next industry boom. Once you set up the infrastructure, then the possibilities are almost infinite, he said. There's an astronomical amount of money to be made by those bold enough to rise to the challenge of the asteroid rush. Eurosun's Moore agrees. What we're doing on the ground may not be, well, it may be impressive, but like everything else, even gold exploration in space is only a matter of infrastructure. We'll get to it eventually. But it's not just about the quintillion-dollar prospects of the asteroid belt, which is 750 million kilometers from Earth. There may be the Holy Grail exploration for gold, but it won't be the first stop on this adventure. There's also near-Earth asteroids, which pass close to Earth, that could be pushed into an orbit from which water and other elements could be extracted. Then there's a moon, which holds resources from gold and platinum group metals to helium-3, water, and rare earth metals. Even though mining operations require gravity, and the moon is only 1/6 of the Earth's, scientists say there is enough gravity to make it work. The global asteroid mining market. Yes, there is already a global market for asteroid mining. And Alloy Market Research estimates that it will top $3.8 billion by 2025. They're counting ongoing and future space missions, the rise and inflow of investment in space mining technologies, and the growing use of print materials obtained from asteroids and 3D printing technologies. According to Allied, while the spacecraft design segment of this market accounted for 4/5 of the total revenue in 2017 and is expected to continue to dominate, through 2025. The big change here will be the space mining segment, or the operations segment. The segment is expected to grow at CAGR of over 29% by 2025 due to a surge in investment by public and private stakeholders in space mining technologies for resource exploitation. If you can't just think of space mining as something that will suddenly happen in 25 or 50 years, says Eurosons More, it's already happening from an investment perspective. And the asteroid belt is just one aspect of the market. The entire global space market is now worth hundreds of billions already. Indeed, Morgan Stanley estimates that global space economy could be worth $350 billion today. By 2040, it could be worth a cosmic $2.7 trillion. Wow. So that's pretty fascinating indeed. Nor is the Psyche 16 or Psyche 16 asteroid the only big thing of interest in the belt. Another small asteroid measuring 200 meters in length could be worth $30 billion in platinum. So who's going to get there first? China has vowed to dominate this race, and that's an easier game for a country that controls all the major natural resource companies and maintains a tight leash on tech developers. That's not to say that the U.S. doesn't have ambitions here. The difference, though, is stark. While NASA is focused on space exploration and scientific missions, China is focused on space-based economy and is zeroing in on long-term wealth generation. Even Europe, whose Eurosun is developing a major gold mining in Romania, has its hand in the game. In January, European Space Agency announced a deal with Ariane Group, the parent company of Ariane Space, to study a prep mission to the moon in 2025. It's got natural resources on its mind. Even tiny Luxembourg has 10 space mining companies registered since 2016, with some targeting space ventures to the moon and others eyeing near-Earth asteroids for mining. Tokyo-based iSpace, for instance, is a private space exploration company that plans to complete a lunar orbit in 2020 and a soft landing in 2021. For more, the prospect is daunting, even if the clear future reality, because mining in the Eurosun's Rovina Valley project in west-central Romania has been a cakewalk, both in terms of geology and infrastructure. Everything lines up for a large, low-cost project, which is the biggest in-development gold mine in Europe right now. That won't be the case in space, but it's a big bill that governments will want to help foot or risk losing their place in space. Whoever gets the first will become the new god of gold, and the competition is heating up. Well, I tell you what, if China does beat us there, and somehow, within the next 50 to 75 years, can extract even a portion of the gold therein, they would have the largest reserves in the world of gold. And that will certainly be a game changer in the world. That will be worth the effort and time and money put into it. Because really, when it's all said and done, gold is now a Tier 1 asset according to the Bank of International Settlements. And so that means that, they become the largest economic power, in my opinion. Let's see here. So this is from the Sun, and it's fascinating indeed. This is showing some pictures of the asteroids, the impressions of an artist here, with enough gold to make it everyone on Earth a billionaire. Now, let's say they're able to bring this gold back. Number one, you have time that it's going to take to get there is a discovery of exploration in 2022. That's not that far off, but it's still a little bit ways off. There's going to be a long time between then and exploration, as we saw. And then, or before actual exploration, sampling and the like. And who knows? Maybe their estimates are off. Maybe it won't have as much gold as they say, or in platinum and other minerals and things. But let's say that it goes without a hitch and all the timetables work out. By the time the gold gets here, who knows what the state of the world will be in, the economies and the like, and what other gold mines they can find. Who knows if they find some of the large, maybe they might consider deep ocean exploration. That might be more feasible to do. Now, there's parts of the ocean that are less explored than space. It's a highly pressurized environment. Obviously, you got a lot of water weighing down, but nonetheless, technology could certainly grow to the point faster in that area if they can find deposits of gold down there to be able to extract them out. Nonetheless, if this does hold as much gold as they say, and they can bring it back, and lots of it, and bring it back relatively efficiently, well, think about. I think that their headline is wrong. It would not be enough gold to make everybody a billionaire unless you can just simply hoard it all by governments, hoard it all, and private ownership is basically very, very limited. Then basically, if there's so much of it, well, it becomes diluted, kind of like the money supply. It's like quantitative pressure. I mean, I won't say quantitative easing because it's not going to be easy to extract this gold, but essentially, if they can get it back here, well, you've got a market full of gold, a lot of it. But very interesting indeed. Post your thoughts below about this amazing story. I'm actually quite surprised that there's so much already invested in this and out there with this particular situation, and that they've already started putting money into it and doing as much research as they have on it. So apparently they're a lot more serious about it than I thought. Post your thoughts below. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you and to everybody for making me aware of this, and encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.